Happy Thursday, y'all. It's uh, right around 4 p.m. here in the great state. Uh, it's 70 freaking degrees, if you can believe that shit. And I just checked in my old stomping grounds in New York, and it's in the high 40s. Now, if y'all have been paying attention to the news, northern New York, they were caught right in the middle of that freaking bomb cyclone, whatever the fuck it was called. So their temps dropped below zero, well below zero, to the point where uh, low estimates are over 40 people lost their lives up there. And may God have mercy on their souls, you know. Okay, God, please take care of them and their families. But that's the thing. Now temps are up into the 40s there. So what's going to happen? There's going to be flooding. There's still going to be ice down there. So trust me, even though it got cold here in Texas, look, it's green. And not only is it green, but it's red. And when I say it's red, I mean it's conservative. One of the things that I couldn't stand, I got to a point where I just couldn't take it anymore, was it was overwhelmingly liberals there. People that lined up for the vaxi-vax, for the jabby-jab. People that waited in lines with their kids for the vaxi-vax. It's going to be, in the coming months, I can't help but think that it's going to, at some point, just become like a state of death. And what's going to happen when that happens? When these mass deaths, when these mass sudden deaths start to occur. Think about that. I said back when I still lived in New York that eventually what's going to happen is the vax that are dying, that are suffering from myocarditis, pericarditis, strokes. Oh man, there's a litany of different side effects from these damn poisons. When they start having their problems, they're going to blame the purebloods, people like you and I, that weren't stupid enough not to do their research. People like us who actually looked and said, well, if this is so dangerous, then why is their survival rate of 99.95% plus? If this is so dangerous, why aren't y'all promoting a healthier lifestyle? Why aren't you promoting, at the very least, some vitamin supplements, exercise, something? That's because it was never about the vax or the virus. It was always about the vax, and it was always about control. Now, I don't know if the whole graphene oxide thing is true. I've seen enough evidence pointing towards it being true. I don't know if the whole thing about their method of manipulating minds is through this 5G signal. I don't know. I've read enough articles, but at the same time, I guess until I see the zombie horde, I'm not going to believe it. But they do like to tell us what's going to happen ahead of time, don't they? And if you look into that, there's this John Cusack movie, and I can't remember what it's called, from back in, I think it was 2016. John Cusack and maybe Morgan Freeman or something was in it, or Samuel L. Jackson. I forget which one, but one of those guys was in it with him. And they do like to tell whatever, to tell us what's going to happen. So just be thankful. Be thankful you made it through the darkness. Now, I posted, if you're listening to this on Instagram, I found a mask on the floor where I worked, and I posted a picture of my middle finger in front of the mask because that's and said that this sums up 2022, and it did. Because 2022 started off kind of rough. It was rough in the middle, and it's been rough towards the end. But along the way, I went from living in motels to finding a shitty apartment and working through a temp service for good money for a company that I felt like I was always walking on eggshells while working for them. Got hired full time, permanent by that company, but I always felt like something was off. Got fired from that job, had more problems with my car, had problems with my car the week I got fired. But I somehow kept moving. I somehow managed to keep things rolling, literally. And now here I am without a car again. But I've got a car lined up. I have never lost faith in God. There have been signs. For me, I pick up on signs. My lucky number is 13, for instance. And the reason why my lucky number is 13 is because as the youngest of 11 kids, I consider myself the 13th member of my family. So my employee number at work ended in 13. My social security number, the last two digits add up to 13. What else? Oh, there's a ton of things. My new employee number, the one as a permanent employee, 13. It ends in 13. I won't tell you what it is exactly because it's none of your damn business. But it ends in 13. And another thing that I've always considered a sign, at least for me, that I was going in the right direction. Back in 2007, I wrote the screenplay that's registered with the Writers Guild of America West, called The Road I Didn't Travel. Well, kind of. And in that screenplay, the vehicle that's featured, that the main character is driving throughout the entire his ride into the last night of his third shift job, is a red F-150. I'll post a photo of my new ride, and you can see in the background that the last time I went over there, which was just it was just yesterday morning. There's a red F-150 in the background. Actually, I think it was my mistake. It was Monday. Yeah, that's when it was. It was Monday. So yeah, you just got to keep riding the waves. Do the best that you can. Get through the damn darkness, man. The devil's going to put up freaking roadblocks for you, especially if the devil knows that you're out to defeat him. And I truly believe that our movement, and you know who I'm talking to. If you know, you know. Because where we go one, we go all. But our movement, we have a righteous and divine purpose. And I'm not saying that in any cryptic way, because like I said, if you know, you know. But it's our purpose not only is to save the children, and the children I speak of are the innocent children of the world that have, for far too long, and even one day is too long, but for far too long, these evil elite and just these evil fucks in general have been taking advantage of these children. And we will expose them. The light will shine upon their darkness. And see, that's the thing. Being committed to that cause, trust me, The devil knows your name. The devil knows who you are. And the devil will do everything in his, its, hers purpose, or his power to break you, to defeat you, to get you to give up. But you can't give up. You got to keep moving forward. There is so much crap that's going to happen in this coming year, but it's going to be our year. Now, there are reports that, and I've even said as much in my post, that this old prophet, or there's a prophecy by this guy named Nostradamus from back, I think it was in the 1500s, that somehow it was interpreted that there's going to be a civil war in the United States. I don't know how the heck Nostradamus could have predicted that, because the United States didn't exist in the 1500s. But supposedly that's what he predicted. In 2023, there's going to be civil war in the U.S. Now, if you're like me and you used to live in a blue state and you find yourself living in a red state, you found yourself drawn to that red state. In my case, I didn't know anybody here. But somehow, after only 15 months, things are starting to work out. I've been permanently hired on by the company I work for. Things are going forward in a positive direction. And I'm in the right state. You'll have enough faith to keep going. Don't let the devil defeat you, because the devil's going to try. You just got to stay positive, and you got to keep praying, and never forget, when you pray, you got to be willing to do the work, because that's what God needs from all of us. You got to be willing to pick up that shovel, get dressed in the morning, take your dog for a damn walk, for crying out loud. Right, Nightmare? You got to be willing to do the work. Because if you're not willing to do the work, your prayers are falling on deaf ears. We need righteous warriors out here, spreading the word, spreading the good word. And we've got to stop this evil from continuing to be promoted by these idiot, misguided, woke assholes that probably shouldn't be parents, and at the very least should not be educators. So stay positive, guys. As fucked up as this past year has been, there have been some really good moments. And that's one of the things that keeps me moving, is because even though I'm, as a child of God, I'm no angel. And Lord, God forbid, if I'm an angel, I'm definitely not a saint. But I know I am of God. And so do you. You know that you're of God. And you know that your purpose in this war that we're in is to help defeat the evil that we are faced with the light of truth. And we will get through this together. And if you need any reassurance, reach out to me. I'm here. I'll help you. I'll talk. I'll chat you up. And I'll help us both stay on the right freaking path. God bless. Stay safe. Have faith in God. Have faith in the plan. But mostly you got to have faith in yourself. Hey, God, thank you for another beautiful day. Thank you for the good. Thank you for the bad. Please comfort those that have lost loved ones through whatever tragedy that has occurred. Awaken those that still slumber to the glory, hope, love, and forgiveness that comes with having faith in you and your only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, who came to this earth, lived and willingly died so that one day our sins might be forgiven and we might know the glory of an eternity in heaven. Almighty Father, please protect and guide President Donald J. Trump, all the members of Q, the members of our military, our law enforcement, all the members of the EMS Workers Association, all those line workers that are out there trying to keep the power flowing. especially the members of Vets for Child Rescue. So united with the good patriots world, we can put on your full armor, pick up our swords of light and truth, and one sound voice defeat the dark force of evil, and continue to pray upon the children of the world once and for all. Amen.